Welcome back, rhyming ragamuffins. Filet mignon here from Medium Rare Poetry. Today we take another delve into my playlist 45 Shades of Orange. And this poem was written in October 2021. Donald Trump had lost his election and was out of office but had not shut up. In Australia, we had a Conservative Prime Minister by the name of Scott Morrison, better known as ScoMo, and in the United Kingdom, their Prime Minister was one ruffled-haired Boris Johnson. And all these Conservative leaders were quite buddy, but they were dreadful in making deals. And so this poem is an indication of what was occurring around those times. I hope you like the Trio of Strife.
The Trio of Strife by Filet Mignon. Donald and Boris and ScoMo came up with a marvellous plan. They'd merge their dominions together. As leaders and buddies, they'd stand. Their voters were not so included. They weren't really fussed with their kings. But during the former elections, their choices were limited things. And so this all happened in secret. The three all said, aye, it was carried. They posed for a memorable photo, the clumsiest same-sexist marriage. It's hard when three egos get cozy. Like magnets with opposite poles, they don't really find much attraction, a wedlock that's riddled with holes. So Scotty and Boris and Donald had visions of running the world. Their ideas were vague in the detail, but soon finer plans would unfurl. Now Boris was prone to be partial, to have all his subjects turn pale. And Donald was there in agreement, so long as the lot were female. And Scotty, forever the merchant, was tempered where bias takes hold, so long as the planet could purchase nothing but Aussie dug coal. The blatantly blonde-plumaged trio, though Scotty was more shades of grey, embarked on their global ambitions. The sun shone, it's time to make hay. Boris thus went off to Europe to give those non-English the flick. They gladly complied with his exit. They thought that this oaf was a prick. Though ScoMo had promised the Frenchmen to let them build our subsea boats, reneged on the deal in an instant, for Donald would keep us afloat. The flaw in the plan was apparent, that Donald was no longer great. He'd lost every local election, turfed out of the White House in haste. To Boris and ScoMo this detail was hardly a note of concern. They both faced the same failing future. Such visions they chose just to spurn. So Donald and Boris and ScoMo set off on a donation drive to fleece their residual fan clubs. With pocketed funds they would thrive. With all of the deals they created, the details included kickbacks, and fortunes were kindly secreted in various Switzerland banks. And so, as the climate was tanking, our trio was raking it in. They cared not a fig for each other, which really is some kind of sin. Their daring had no limitations. Their greed was akin to plain looting. Before they could cash in their takings, they needed permission from Putin.
It appears to be shameful how we as the general public can vote these people into office and then suffer the consequences, or as Spike Milligan used to say, the quinsequences of their actions and decisions, and in the end we all end up paying through the nose for the failures. Anyway, that's politics. It's just riveting. One day we may learn from our mistakes. That's it for today. Please press the like button and share this with your friends. And please subscribe, and then we can all grow this channel and let it go launching into the universe. Thank you ever so much and have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.